Hello, welcome to an episode of Test Chamber. I'm Brian Shea. This is Suriel Vazquez.
Hi.
And today we're looking at a couple of mobile games that have come out recently. The first one we're looking at is Street Fighter Puzzle Spirits. So let's get this started up here.
So to get things out of the way, this is not like Puzzle Fighter on your phone, right?
No, it is not. It is a free-to-play game, as you may have guessed. And you're basically just clicking on... let's just jump into a thing and we'll show it off that way. I'll go into an older level here.
I'm kind of digging the remixes they're doing.
Yeah, I really like the remixes, actually.
Street Fighter songs they're doing, yeah.
So the whole thing is based around these gems, like in terms of how you unlock things. I've already gotten 3 Vs. That's kind of like their star system. Gotten 3 Vs for this one, so that's the highest you can get. So in this, you go into the puzzle, you select a helper. So you're selecting a helper here, and I'll just do that because I don't have any blue cards. So it's all elemental. So here we go. I like the music a lot.
Yeah.
So you can see we're both green right now. So I want to switch to red because it's kind of like elemental, like fire, grass, and water.
Right.
So I want to switch my element to
And it works
red.
the same way it works in Pokemon, right? Like
So
those colors beat each other.
Green is representing grass, so that is going to be effective against water, and then fire is good against grass, and then water is good against fire.
Right.
So you see, you click like tiles or like bubbles that are next to each other, and you create these spirit tiles. And then when you have 2 of those next to each other of the same color, you can turn into these rainbow tiles. And the key to it is getting 2 of those together, because then you can activate combo mode. So I just activated combo mode. And that you click like tiles again, and it makes it so you can only click within the last combo that you did. So you can see like the yellow background shows me where I can click, and I just have to keep the combo going for as long as possible. So I can click within those 4 now. Now I can click within those. So you just keep that going as long as you can. I'm running out of real estate here, and then I'm just going to finish it off with this element changer. So you see I click the red tile up at the top.
And then
I changed my element to red, so now I'm going to be more effective against her because she's still green. So I'm going to get those out of the way, and now I have 2 rainbow tiles next to each other again.
Now you get another combo.
I get another combo. And when you're doing combos, so it's all turn-based, this does not take up your turns. I blew it. I got 1 hit. But sometimes you don't get super long ones. It's all based on like what you already have on the board. I probably activated a little bit too soon, because I didn't have a chance to build up more areas that had like spirits next to each other. So yeah, you see her HP is draining pretty rapidly.
Yeah.
I'm fairly leveled up for this this battle.
So is this supposed to be a known character from the Street Fighter?
No,
I don't recognize. She looks like Morrigan, but I don't think that's
she's not
her.
Morrigan. Morgan's actually. I'll go through like the known characters. These are just kind of like grunts.
Right.
Like you're not gonna recognize these characters. These are just kind of like the level, like lackeys that you're fighting through right now. There are boss fights against known characters, so I'm gonna finish off this combo with another attack and KO her.
Got her.
All right, so let's see how I did.
Like she just drops her book.
All right, 3 Vs. There we go.
That's pretty good. That's as many Vs as the law will allow.
Any more, and it would be illegal. Yeah. So you get new skill cards at the end of each one. You can either use these skill cards in battle, or you can actually go in and combine them to make it so that like you not only reduce your inventory, but you can power up cards that you do like. So we'll go to the shop real quick, because that's a big concern of a lot of people with free-to-play games. This one can be a little aggressive in like making you like want to spend a little bit of money, and that is because like when you start the game, you get a choice of Ken, Ryu, Chun-Li, or Sakura. And when I chose that, that's like the first thing they do. They're like, hey, all right, choose a character, and I'm like, all right, this is just going to be like the character I have for the tutorial. And then so I chose Ryu because he's like the face of the franchise and like the simplest one to learn. And then I come to find out 100 gems is how much it costs to unlock a character. So you can see there's a decent catalog of characters here.
So how many gems do you get per level?
You get 1 for the first time you complete it, and then 3 if you do Vs. If you do all 3 Vs, and then I 100%ed the first area, and it got me I think 25 gems.
So 100 gems is a lot.
100 gems is a lot, and if you want to buy gems, here's the pricing on that. So you see, if you want 100 gems, that's going to be somewhere between. That's going to be about probably $18.
Yeah, they're not gonna just let you buy 100. They have to. Yeah.
So substantially more than what it would cost to buy a character in Street Fighter V, which I think is like $5, right? That's.
Somewhere around there. It's like
or you can earn them.
It is not that much.
Just like both games, you can earn them.
Right.
But then you can also buy cards and all kinds of stuff. And gems aren't only used to get fighters. You can get new skill cards. You can recover your stamina. So I can use 5 gems. So if you get defeated, you can see, I don't want to spend money. Up at the top there's a blue bar that says stamina, and that replenishes every so often. And the higher level you get, the more stamina you get. And if you lose and you try to retry, you can also use stamina to retry those levels. You can also use gems in order to, like, if you lose a fight, you can go and... Sorry, it's really distracting to hear him talking behind me.
Yeah.
If you lose a puzzle and you want to keep going without like having to restart your progress, you will actually replenish your health by using gems. So you can definitely pay your way through winning these things. I have not spent any money on this, and I'm still enjoying it. But there are definitely things where like they're wanting you to spend money. So we can do.
You can believe your luck.
So you can see the tutorial. The boss battle is Sagat.
Mean looking mug there.
The first round is Ryu is the boss, and then this one looks like it's going to be Ken. I just unlocked the second like real world.
Okay.
So
do they have the animation where you fly across the world? Like in the
no, they do not, unfortunately. Let's see. Let's just go in and look at a boss battle, and then we'll call it a day.
Okay.
So go in here.
I like the art style on this.
I really do too.
Usually I'm not like a big fan of like super deformed stuff, but I think they do a good job of making
super deformed.
Well, like SD or whatever, chibi, whatever it's called.
That's kind of caricatured.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a tough battle, actually. Or at least it was when I played through it. So I don't know if because I've leveled up my character, if it's going to be easier, or if I'm still going to struggle with it.
Right.
Let's do a combo right off the bat here. You know, mirror matches are always a challenge.
Yeah. The Ryu one, especially fun to watch.
I wish it was another character I was fighting. It could have done Sagat, but I think at this point I'd probably blow right by him because of my level.
Right.
All right, so I'm gonna switch actually to a weaker element, like a fool, because I messed up there.
So
he switched to red as well. So I guess he was planning with his turn to switch to.
Yeah. Now there's a whole ton of reds on the screen.
Yes, this might work out in my favor as I start this combo.
Way more health than you do. Is that just because like you're just going to deal out more damage and heal?
I also have my turns are a lot longer than his.
Okay, so it is evenly matched. It's not like a thing where you're fighting someone way stronger than you.
More or less, yeah. Okay. But I mean, some of the opponents when you first fight them do feel really overmatched. You know, watch this. I'm still getting the combo, but because I hit the 2 rainbows again, it expanded my thing all the way out. So my area I can operate in.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's.
Yeah, that
definitely
combo system seems pretty. It seems pretty novel, actually.
Yeah, I like the combo system a lot, and like I said, it doesn't cost you a turn when you activate it. So I'm just unloading on this guy, and you can see his 4.
You're like max damage over here.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so I am cruising along pretty good here. Oh.
It kind of reminds me of a weird cross between Bejeweled and Hexic. That game where you kept trying to make like rarer and rarer jewels.
Yeah, I can see that. I think that this is actually a pretty complex game. Like I didn't think it was going in, but like it took me a long time to figure out like how to be successful at this game. And even then, like even now, I've probably played like maybe 2 or 3 hours of this game. I still do not fully understand all the systems. Like, I still feel like I'm kind of like struggling to grasp like everything and how like to best take advantage of the different mechanics and like
because at first glance it seems pretty simple. Like
you're just tapping tiles that are next to each other that are the same
like
color.
It looks like a match 3 from if you don't understand what's going on, it kind of looks like a match 3.
Yeah, it totally does. All right, so he just gave me all these reds, so I'm gonna start another combo. All right.
Is there any multiplayer? There's no like way to see what your friends are doing?
I don't think so. Like you can get helpers, and like you with these helpers that I have, like Chun-Li right now has a thing, so I'm gonna switch to blue. So Chun-Li came in and helped me and KO'd him.
Oh, okay.
So if you saw on the
I can
right there,
assist.
Chun-Li was my helper. That's another guy's card, I believe. And I can send a friend request. It's going to prompt me to send a friend request to whoever's card that was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think that like it's like a cooperative thing where like if you're friends, it boosts like certain things.
That's
That's one of those systems. I'm not entirely sure how it works yet.
That's an interesting way to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Got some more
I can send a
helpers?
friend request. Sure. Friend request sent. Wonderful. Thank you, Chun-Li. All right, so I think that's a decent look at Street Fighter Puzzle Spirits.
Okay.
We're going to go take a look at the new Luminous game that just came out.
Okay, so now we are moving over to Lumines Puzzle and Music, and as it shows here, you want to use headphones for the best experience. So I feel like Lumines on the iPhone is probably one of those things that people have been like, yeah, people should probably do that, but
I mean, I think that people who are on the iOS are not necessarily going to be like Luminous aficionados. I think that like it's a good thing for them to remind people that like, you know, there's a music aspect, because I know that the vast majority of games that I play, like I put it on mute.
Right.
Especially if I'm out in public. Like
Definitely.
if I'm like in a store with my girlfriend, I don't like she's looking at stuff. I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna pull out my phone and play.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna have the Street Fighter theme song playing while I'm in like whatever store she's in, the makeup store.
But yeah, Luminous Puzzle and Music, as the title says, is you know, halfway about the music. There's not a lot of rhythm to Luminous. You don't really have to be like super rhythmic about it, but it is kind of an interesting puzzle game with really good music. So we're just gonna jump in here. So they have 2 albums. One of them is regular Luminous, and one of them is the new stuff, and the other one is like some of the older games. So we're gonna hop over here on normal, and this plays like the campaign of the Vita game, where it just transitions from song to song. I haven't played much of the original one. So as you can see here, you can move the sliding my finger right now, and you tap it, and it taps in one direction, which you can change by if you pause here, you can change which direction it's going when you tap it. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, other than that, it just works the way Luminous does. And the things you might expect from putting Luminous on an iPhone are all here. Like there's a little bit of an accuracy issue where, you know, right now, like this is pretty slow because I'm playing it on normal, but right now I'm having a tough time on hard just because a lot of times you'll see yourself make a move that you just did not want to do, just because like you'll be sliding your fingers around really fast and you're like, oh nope, that's not where I wanted to do it. And so it's kind of a little difficult to get like super invested in scores and stuff, but I've been having fun with it so far.
Sure. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I mean, it looks like a true to Luminous's pedigree like experience.
Yeah, like the field of play is not as wide as it is in the see, I didn't mean to do that. It's not as wide as the one in the PSP, but
it's picking up.
I think it's picking up a bit, but it's still, I think overall it's felt slower than other Luminous games in the past, but that just might be because I've played a Luminous game before. I'd actually be really interested in seeing what a first-time player of Luminous who plays this and then goes and plays like the Vita or the PSP versions of this would do. And so they haven't they have everything else from the Luminous games, like that little cross-shaped one will dissolve any blocks that are similar color. Like there you see that it dissolved them even though they weren't in squares. And I guess I should explain what Luminous is for people who haven't played it. So the way this works is that whenever you get 4 blocks together, they make those little squares and you can keep stacking those. So that gave me 2 squares because there were 2 interlocking ones, and that only gave me 1.
And whenever the line crosses, that's when it eliminates them.
Yeah, as the line goes over the field, it eliminates those blocks and it adds them to your score. So one of the things you can do is if, like with that earlier block that dissolves any blocks that are in the way, you can stack sort of blocks of the same color, and that'll eventually give you a huge chain.
Set yourself up for some big combos.
It's kind of hard to rely on it just because it is a piece that falls pretty rarely, but if you play enough of it, you'll sort of use it as like a side objective when you're playing of like, okay, I can either make this a square. This doesn't look like it's gonna fit, but I guess the other shape I could have this take is just try to make a longer snake. Like there you see, if I got another one, it'd be pretty long if I dropped it on those area white ones.
Sure.
So I'm waiting for I'm hoping to complete at least one of these songs. So it'll show the transition. But after that, we'll move on and see.
Well, you're 77% purified.
Yeah, I mean that's where I'm always at in life. But it's nice to know that the game reflects it. So I think right here I'll get a pretty big chain here.
All right, let's do it.
So hopefully all those oranges.
There we go. Yeah.
I didn't get much out of the orange one, but yeah. But now I can just go to town on. I was hoping to stack them up real high, but.
So what's the pricing structure like on this?
So this is I believe it's $3 or $4. I want to say it's $4, and that's it. And you pretty much only pay for that. We can check to see if there's any like DLC on the store, but as far as I know, it's just these two out. There's 2 albums. I think they're all 8 tracks. And the way you unlock them is by playing the higher difficulties, which is you know, maybe not the best way to unlock stuff, just because like right now I haven't accessed a few of the songs just because you have to get them by playing on hard, and you have to get them by playing towards the end of hard. So yeah, this little stage transition happens, and then suddenly all the blocks are different colors.
That's cool.
You know, the thing Luminous usually does, and I've actually played a lot of this, maybe like 3 or 4 hours, which is pretty high for a phone game. But I've been enjoying it. It's just like you have to come into this game knowing the limitations of the system. Like it's not going to be as fast as Luminous on the on the PSP or the Vita, but as long as you can accept that, as long as you can say, all right, I'm not going to go into this thinking I want to do everything super quickly and I want to get a really high score. It's been pretty fun so far. So let me back out of this.
So let's see like a hard mode.
Okay.
I want to see how fast this thing gets going.
Right,
but first, let's see if there's any like weird DLC stuff, and then we'll wrap up with hard mode.
So you can play a single skin, as it says down here. You can play any of the skins you've unlocked. I have unlocked all of them. There's like they have classic Luminous, which has, you know, classic songs from the. So now I'm gonna play on hard, and this one also has different skins. The other thing I was gonna I should actually show off for a little sec. You have these different characters. Which I think they introduced in the Vita one. So the default one is just boy or girl, or yeah, male or female, which doesn't do anything. But the one I have now, it slows the descent of the blocks, and that's like a special skill, which I'll show off later. Okay. You can also play as a dolphin, and that's pretty cool. So this one stops the timeline, stops the little bar, and they all kind of have very similar abilities. It doesn't seem like these two are very different. I think it's just like there's a regular one, and a retro version of each one. I think these are all from like the original Luminous. But yeah, I've set this one, and you level them up by playing. And so once I get my super up, I think I can drop it now actually. So this is hard. So as you can see, the blocks are dropping a little faster. I'm gonna try to actually do well here, but that might be hard since I'm
playing and talking is a
harder than people think.
It really is.
I used to think that, like, when I used to watch other people do this, I thought, oh, that's just something, like, whatever. Maybe they're joking or that's an excuse, but that's legit. It's hard to play while you're thinking about
especially puzzle games.
Yeah, since you have to actually pay attention.
Like if it's just like something that's reflexes, like, but yeah.
Yeah, there's no cutscenes to catch your breath during. But
all right.
So I got a 3 bonus. They have little combo meters, or whenever you get multiple blocks in a row, you'll start a combo, which gives you more score. So I'm gonna activate my super here. So it slows down how fast they go down for a little while, and then it comes back. So they're not super game breaking, but they can help whenever you get to the later stages of the game.
So is Queso your name?
Queso.
Oh, it's Queso.
It's usually the moniker that I use for most online games. But I am not doing super well. And yeah, once you get towards the later parts of this, it gets really fast. I have a very specific memory of the samurai level, just because that's the one where I'm like, okay, this is turned a corner, and now this is extremely fast. I don't think I'll get there, but yeah, I think for $4, this is a pretty good iPhone game. Like I said, don't go into it thinking like it's gonna be 100% of the regular experience,
the Luminous
the Luminous experience. But oh, hold on. Yeah, so that's gonna be like 4. Yeah,
I liked it better when I thought it was Queso.
I'm sorry to have disappointed you with my screen name. It's short. It's supposed to be a shortening of my name. Of a tag I used to use, but
all right. So yeah, this is definitely faster, and you can see the blocks are stacking up a lot higher than they were.
A part of me actually wonders if maybe like this just not being able to play as well is just a product of me not having like very agile fingers. So I would be curious to see what someone who actually knows what they're doing more than me would look like while playing this game. But I don't have many. Oh, there's a big one.
All right, here we go. This is it.
Yeah, lots of.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Lots of luminance going down here.
We're doing it.
They're luminescing real hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, eventually the blocks will stack up and you'll lose. Oh, I totally had a perfectly good area for this thing.
The meter in the lower right-hand corner, is that showing what the song?
The meter in the lower right hand, that's the cooldown on my special ability.
Oh, okay.
So it's like I want to say it's 150 seconds at level 1. And then as you play, you level it up, and I think it increases the duration or decreases the cooldown.
So right now you're the twins. What was the dolphin special ability again?
It stops the timeline, so you can basically get longer combos.
So you can set up a whole bunch of
combos at once.
Bunch of luminous blocks.
Which I could see that being super useful. But early on, I'm like, I want the timeline to clear that stuff out faster, so I'm not gonna spend time on that.
Sure. But don't want to get completely stacked up and then realize, I suck at this game and I can't use this stuff strategically.
Yeah. I think at some point, maybe if I feel myself reaching a cap with it, it's gonna end up I'm gonna end up switching to the dolphin.
So I love puzzle games like this, but I am so bad at setting myself up for down the line.
So that one, so that block right there scrambles everything, which most of the time is good because if you have a lot of blocks on the screen, that means they're not in
so they might end up in order or next to each other.
Yeah, or you might just get a bunch of random blocks because chances are if you have a bunch of blocks on screen, they're not in an order to get you blocks. So
sure,
yeah, they're both pretty good. I think the mix-up block is probably the one I hope for when I'm doing really poorly and I'm about to lose. But the sort of adjacent block one is pretty good as well. I'm trying.
Whew.
Yeah, once you get I was hoping that it wouldn't fall to the next block.
All right, here comes the combo. Oh,
I almost did.
Almost. Okay, there you go. Nope, not gonna get one out of that. I'm just mesmerized by this now.
Yeah,
watching somebody else play Luminous is not something I've ever done. So this is like,
you haven't watched the highly competitive Luminous esports
Luminous esports. I haven't ventured into that world quite yet.
I bet there's something like it.
Is Long Island Joe like the kingpin of that? All right, here we go.
I bet there's something like it, actually. I bet there's like people on some website.
I would love to watch like competitive puzzle solving.
I bet there's just a lot of people who are really good at Tetris or Luminous comparing scores. Like
probably.
Oh yeah, that I cleared this with like 1 billion points or
whatever.
Although
like games like Puzzle Fighter where you actually can like face off against people and like screw them over, that would be fun.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. See, that's why I want a Puzzle Fighter on the iPhone. Maybe that's what they should do next.
So is there anything else we need to show off on this game?
No, I think this is about it. This will go on for probably another minute, and I'll just. In fact, I'll just.
All right.
I'll give myself that out.
Over. The next challenge is waiting.
Oh, the other thing that I was going to mention is that if you leave the game and come back, it'll give you a prompt that says, "Are you want to restart?"
Are you want to restart?
Are you want to restart? And you should press yes if you want to actually continue your puzzle, which is weird.
That is confusing.
Yeah, because you would think it says, "Oh, you want to restart?" No, I don't want to restart my whole game. No. So then that'll kick you out to the main menu.
So wait, can we see that real quick?
It's one of those things where if you were gone for like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought you meant like if you left the game.
Yeah. Also, I finished up, so sorry. Yeah. So yeah, one pro tip. Make sure you want to restart.
Are you want to restart?
Yes.
Okay. That's good to know because that's not very.
Yeah, it's not intuitive.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's everything. We showed off one free to play, one
paid.
premium.
Yeah.
puzzle game on iOS. Are these available on Android? I'm not sure about Android. On Puzzle
I don't
Fighter.
think this is available on Android, but I could be wrong.
But yeah, both pretty cool games.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying Street Fighter Puzzle Spirits. You seem to be enjoying Luminous. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, guys, and we'll see you next time on Test Chamber.
See ya.